Hi everybody, Jillian here for Illustrated Faith's Print and Pray Shop, and today I'm going to be using Brave Little Taylor's gorgeous printable set Light of Life in my interleaved journaling Bible to share a new Bible journaling process video. So today I'm going to be looking in John 12, and so when I started, I knew I wanted to use Taylor's set, and so I looked to the suggested scripture references that she included at the top and landed in John 12:46, and then a couple passages in front of that too. So just really quick, I'll give you a look at Taylor's set before I cut it all up. I love that Taylor thinks about how we print these, and she wants us to get the most bang for our buck. So these two sheets here are printed on clear sticker paper. So she includes things like her titles, these hearts. So for those of us that choose to use sticker paper, the elements that are like best suited for that are on their own sheet. And then here's another page that's included in her set, and we've got things like, little journaling boxes and tabs and things that you wouldn't necessarily want printed on sticker paper. And so she's grouped all of those on a separate sheet so you can print it on white cardstock. Of course, you could print all of this on white cardstock. You could print this sheet that I printed on cardstock on sticker paper. It's totally up to you, but I love that Taylor is thinking about that when she creates her sets. So I went ahead off camera and typed up the verses that I'm going to be journaling today in this little box. So if you pick up Taylor's set, this is going to be blank. I also printed out a couple sheets of the coordinating patterned paper that goes with her Light of Life printable set. So I'll figure out a way to include these also. So I started by cutting out my journaling card here, and then I picked some other elements to add to the page, like these stars I thought would be fun as a finishing touch, a title, and then I'm going to cut out a scallop from this sheet of patterned paper. So it's fun and wonky, and I thought it would be nice to layer underneath my journaling card on the page. So now that I have everything cut out, I'm going to figure out where it looks best on my page, and I wanted to be sure to use my interleaved Bible because I have a lot of pieces going on here. I decided to create a little spot for a hidden prayer underneath that journaling card, and I'll show you how I do that in just a moment. I wanted to put these really pretty decorated branches down on my page as kind of a resting spot for each element. So a place for my journaling card to live, for my title to kind of be nestled on top of, and then a place for my tab here up at the top. And I'm just going to put a little piece of wordfetti up top that says faithful, because in my journaling I end up looking back to Isaiah, and we see God's promise of a rescuer fulfilled here in John. So what I did was use some of the Come and Carol washi tape to create like a little hinge for this journaling card to flip up with. I had accidentally used adhesive to tape the card to the page, so I went back in with another piece of Taylor's patterned paper to pretty that up a little bit, and you can see here that I have a little room for some hidden journaling. So I'll draw some lines here so that I don't forget to go back after I'm done recording and fill that out. Next, since this is a holiday page, I am going to get festive with some gold sparkles. So in lieu of using black watercolor splatters on my page, I thought it would be fun to take this gold shimmery paint and use the nozzle to splatter some of it on my page. I'm using a little scrap piece of paper here to protect my journaling to make sure that it doesn't become obstructed. And then I'll go ahead and highlight the verses that I'm journaling next. So like I said, I'm in John chapter 12, and I'm going to start in verse 44. Jesus is talking to some still unbelieving Jews in Jerusalem, days before his crucifixion. It says, "Then Jesus cried out, 'Whoever believes in me does not believe in me only, but in the one who sent me. The one who looks at me is seeing the one who sent me. I have come into the world as a light, so that no one who believes in me should stay in darkness.'" So I think that's kind of what my hidden journaling is going to be about. It's when I was making this page, I was briefly thinking of the darkness and what that was like, and just how grateful I am that God kept his promise, Christ came well before I was born and rescued us. So I have my study Bible here, and I have a couple of passages flagged. I use the cross references in here to point me back to Isaiah 42, and I'm just going to jot some of that down here in the margin. One of my favorite things to do in Bible journaling is to note those connections in the Bible. I just geek out over that. It's so fun to me, and I love just documenting every opportunity I can to show how the Bible is just one unified story from beginning to end that points to Christ. So now I've got all of my journaling done on the page. I'll go back and tuck some underneath that journaling card, and then I'll do a bit more stamping. So I'm just going to get my date stamp down here towards the binding, and then I end up going back with the Come and Carol stamp set one more time off camera. But that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.